Hi, katzcradul here. I'm in my laundry room, and this is a counter that sits across from my washer and dryer, and it's where I do a lot of my food prep work. Actually, I just store my dehydrator here. I usually use it outside. On the end down here, I have a little tray where I keep the attachments to vacuum seal my canning jars and some extra food saver bags, that kind of thing. But everybody asks what kind of equipment I use. This is my food saver that I bought off eBay. It was at a thrift store. It was brand new, and it had sat there for a while, and they couldn't sell it, so they put it on eBay. And I'm sure at the time it was made, it was just a bottom-of-the-line food saver. And the model number on it, for those of you who are asking, is V845. It's nothing special. Has a little hose adapter that I can use. I can plug in and use with the canisters and seal these canisters, or this vacuum tube also will fit in the little canning jar sealer, so I can seal food in canning jars. If you want to know more about that, I have a video on it, sealing food in canning jars. But that's it. Very, very simple. There's a roll of bags that sits in this little tray, and here's the vacuum sealing trough and the heating element. Just real simple. These also came with it. You can seal food in those. Here's my dehydrator. And my dehydrator is a Nesco American Harvest food dehydrator and jerky maker. There's the little temperature guide. And then here's the knob where you set the temperature, and it goes from 95 to 155. I also have in here, whoops, don't want to drop it, the mesh trays for drying little bitty things on, and also down here I have some of just the plain, I can pick it up for you without dropping anything. Here just I have the jelly roll pans to lift up, and I just kind of store them all in the top there. Put my lid back on. Okay. And here is the grain mill that I use. This is a Wonder Mill grain mill. I absolutely love it. It makes flour from pastry flour fine to bread flour to coarse. I can grind beans in it. I can grind cornmeal in it. It is a workhorse. And when I start it up, it sounds like a jet engine. And here's the, let's see if I can get it off one. Let me set you down for just a second and get the lid off. Real tight lid. Here you go. You always start it before filling. The grains drop down in there and get ground up. This is the lid that sits on it. And then the flour or meal comes through here into this receptacle, and then when you're done milling, this detaches. You just pull it off, and then the tab here, you lift up the lid, and your ground flour or meal is in there. I always keep in here a perma pen and some brushes. These brushes are excellent for lots of things, but mostly for, you can see in here some flour for cleaning that out, and they're only used for food. So there you go. Those are three of my favorite appliances: the Wonder Mill grain mill, the Nesco American Harvest dehydrator. I think it came with 4 trays, and I maybe bought 5 more. You can stack it 10 high. And then the food saver vacuum sealer. And I may go show you a couple more things. Let me go find a couple more pieces of equipment. Okay, and I'm not going to take this out of the box, but this is my manual wheat grinder, wheat flaker. It's made in Italy. It's called a Marga, M-A-R-G-A, Marga Molino. I'll put the name below. I don't think I paid but about $75 for it. It does an excellent job. It doesn't grind quite as fine a flour as my Wonder Mill. In fact, when you grind with this grain mill, I usually put it through 3 times. Put the grain through 3 times to get it as fine as I want. And then it's still not as fine as that high-powered Wonder Mill. But it's a great way to make flour if you don't have electricity. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bonus here today on the equipment video because I'm vacuum sealing some food here. I got a really good deal on pasta, so I'm going to show you how I'm doing that. And I think you might have seen my video on the Jordan almonds. I'm packaging those. I don't want to leave them in these plastic containers they came in, so let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to get prep ready to hold the camera here. Yep, there's some more cayenne peppers I'm drying in my workroom, my washroom. What I'm doing is taking a standard food saver bag like this, and I've just cut it in half. So, I'll just show you right here. Here's the open end down here, the sealed ends down here. I'm just going right up through the middle like this, trying to cut it as evenly as I can. And that gives me 2 bags, because I don't want to seal a whole bag this big full of Jordan almonds. So here's what I'm doing. I only want to leave this little end open, so I'm going to seal the end I just cut. My space is a little cramped in here. Let me move these. Okay, here we go. And all I'm going to do is just lay it right on this heat element so I can seal that edge really good. And you want the rough side of the bag up. Kind of tricky because the bag's so small, but I'm going to get it done here. When I push down on the lid, it wants to push it out. Let me try this way. Here we go. I'm going to get it. Okay, I'm just going to seal it right there. Okay, see what we got. Yep, sealed nicely. You can see the sealed edge there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this little sleeve of Jordan almonds. Let me reach over here and get these. Now, what I kind of want to do, there's a few shards in the bottom of the container. I really don't want to get those in there because they're kind of sharp. Let me go ahead and get this full one, and I'll deal with that other one off camera. Okay, here we go. I would use my canning funnel, but it is just a little too small. If I get this just right, I'm going to be able to pour them in there. There we go. I don't want that nude one in there. We'll eat those that don't have the coating on them. Just about there. Okay, that's about right. So I want to give myself plenty of room to seal right here. I want to be sure there's no sharp edges. That looks good to me. So I'm going to stick the open end back in there. And I'm going to seal it. Vacuum it. See it sucking it up. Okay, and I'm going to back it out a little bit. I'm going to seal it one more time. There we go. Now it looks like I've got this little designer bag here, and since there's no best by date on the containers, here's what I do in that event. I put B312, and the B lets me know that's when I bought it, bought 312. So I'm going to finish up these candies in these bags like this, and they're just as tight as they can be, and I have no doubt that will last a very, very, very long time. Okay, and here's the other thing I'm doing today. I got a really good buy on pasta. I'm going to move my permapen so I don't mark on everything. I got a really good buy on pasta, and I bought our favorites, which are mozzarella, or penne really, pretty much. Shell macaroni. I like the little small shells. And this angel hair. And I'm not going to show you the angel hair because my food saver bags aren't long enough. I'm actually going to put those in Mylar and just seal it, throw an oxygen absorber in and seal it with an iron. But I'm going to show you how to do a bag like this. And you can see the original bag is in the food saver bag. I like that. I just think it's extra protection. Especially when you're talking about the penne, the mozzarella. It has a sharp point on either end, and I sure don't want to puncture a food saver bag. So what I do is, in order to get a good seal, once I put this bag in my food saver bag, I just cut off the top of it. It doesn't matter. The first thing you're going to do when you open your food saver bag is cut this off, open this anyway. So it doesn't matter. So here I go. I'm going to drop it in my food saver bag. And it just, the width of it just fits. There we go. Just let it slide down. And then the open end of the pasta bag, I'm not going to fold it. I'm just going to shove it down because I want the air to be able to come out. So I don't want to seal that up in there. And that way it gives me a lot of room here to fit in my vacuum sealer. So I'm going to stick that in my food saver. And here we go. That tone, you hear the tonal change when it's sealing is that it's going from sucking to heating the element, and that's the sound. And it's just as hard and tight as it can be. And these do have a Best By date on it. I should have, hold on, let me look at the other one because I looked at it. 1/14 is the date on it, so that's the date I put on it, 1/14. I don't ever write what it is when I can read it on the label there. So I've just got extra protection for my bag by slipping that bag in there instead of just dumping the raw pasta into the food saver bag. It's just extra protection. Let's do this while we're here, Prepper A, because somebody asked, and I just thought of it. Somebody asked the wattage. I hope all this doesn't come crashing down. I really could use a bigger workroom. Let me throw this in the trash. Somebody asked what the wattage on my food saver was. Do you remember if it's under the lid or it's on the bottom, Prepper A? I think it's under here.
I think it's under the lid.
Okay, let me look. Here, hold on. Yep, it is. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to read it. You focus on this. Okay, I'm going to turn it just right where I can see it. This is model FD-60, 120 volts, 500 watts. I hope that helps. I think that's all the pertinent information. By volts it says 120, 60 Hz.
60 hertz.
Yep. There you go. That's my licensed ham radio operator talking there. Thank you very much. All right, and that's it. I think I'm going to go to the kitchen and show you a couple of other pieces of equipment, and that'll be all for this video. Okay, so I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, while we're at it, there's a couple other gadgets I have that I really like that I want to share with you. This is a Mavia water pitcher. I love it. I love how the water tastes when it comes out of it. It's got a little gauge at the top that will tell you when you need to change your pitcher. Like right now, it's showing me that I really need to replace my filter. It's great. Love it. And awesome customer service. My meter went out. I called them, told them about it. No problem. What's your address? Let us send you another one. You got a faulty meter. No problem. This, I purchased at all these. You can purchase the like at many other places. It's an electric water kettle. If you are a canner, this thing is invaluable because I can run water in this pitcher, turn it on, and have a whole boiling pitcher of a whole kettle of boiling water in just a couple of minutes. So if I need to add it to my boiling water bath, instead of bringing down the temperature of my boiling water bath by just adding water to it, I can add this boiling water to it, and it goes really fast. Also in the winter, we keep our thermostat pretty low in the house, and if I'm washing dishes, and I can do that over a period of several hours, dishes coming and going out of the sink, instead of having to let out perfectly good soapy water because it's cold and I don't like to wash in cold water, I can heat a little water in this pitcher and put it in my sink and revitalize my dishwater. The other thing I love is this Nesco electric pressure cooker. I'm telling you, it is the best money I ever spent. I love it. I can cook really big bake potatoes in 20 minutes. I can cook a roast to perfectly fall apart tender in just a couple of hours. You can put frozen chicken breast in there and be able to eat in 20 minutes. I mean, it is amazing. I love it. It has, you can use it as a slow cooker. You can use it as a pressure cooker. I'm trying to do this one-handed here. You can brown in it. It has a brown setting. Here's the little pot that comes out. There you see the heating element. It's so easy to clean. I use it for everything. I just love it. Anyway, if you need more information about that, I think I've done a video where I was making some apricot cider, and I showed you a little bit about the dials down here. It's real easy to use. The learning curve is really short on this thing. Love it. Anyway, 3 other things. Maybe a water pitcher. This is a Crofton water kettle. I paid about $12 for it. Not sure what that is. Maybe $25. Pardon my dog. And I want to say I gave about $87 for this. So 3 more things I love.